Alright, so Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 1 is officially over, and it was pretty solid, but let's just get straight into it. Alright, so starting off, a lot of the characters are actually very great in this show. We get an interesting look into some of the characters' lives during this, which is pretty interesting because we've only really seen the background lives of Hawkeye and I guess Spider-Man really. Some of the other characters, not as much, but it prompts a lot of character development. I can't say that I love the way every single character went, and I can't even say I even liked every single character, but a lot of them that I did. Falcon Cap is absolutely phenomenal throughout this show. He's always been sort of sidelined behind Steve, and when you look at the character development in this for him versus in really anything else, it's honestly really baffling. He just hasn't gotten anything in any of the other movies. We get a lot of character moments throughout the series, and we get to meet his family, like his sister and his nephews. His new suit is absolutely awesome, by the way, and I'm very excited to see him hopefully fight alongside characters like Spider-Man, and if Rhodey's not dead, Rhodey, if Wanda's not evil, Wanda, on the new Avengers in probably Phase 5. Winter Soldier is also pretty great in this. Now, personally, I kind of wanted a hero in the MCU that was more anti-hero than hero, and I was really hoping that character would be Bucky. He is definitely a hero now, and I think I'm actually fine with that, as we got another person in this show to fit that anti-hero criteria that I really want. More on that later. Next up, I guess I should talk about Sharon quickly. She was in about half the episodes, but before getting onto the villains of the show, I guess I should talk about her. Sharon is continuously getting more interesting throughout this show, and throughout the MCU as well, and I kind of really like it. Though we can't technically label her as a hero yet, I guess, or even a villain, or even an anti-hero, so far, I'm excited to see her potentially in a villain role in maybe a Falcon and the Winter Soldier Season 2. I don't know. Some people are saying we're getting this, though. It got submitted into the drama category at the Emmys, unlike WandaVision, which got submitted in the limited series. So I'm thinking we're getting Falcon and Winter Soldier Season 2, or maybe it'll just be called Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Next up, we have the Flag Smashers, and we have Zemo. Now, I might get some flack for this, but oh well. I don't like the Flag Smashers at all, to be honest, and not in the way they would try to make me dislike them. I just could not sympathize with these characters as they just constantly just kept trying to kill people. At least Carly. I found some of the others to be a little more, but Carly just annoyed me throughout the entire show. They could be threatening at some points, but at other points, and most of the time, they really just weren't threatening, in my opinion. And I found Zemo to be way more threatening. Well, most of the time. I don't know. Maybe I just suck, but I just didn't care about the Flag Smashers, and when Carly died, I really just felt nothing, to be honest. Now, Zemo, on the other hand, please, Marvel, give me a Thunderbolts TV show with Zemo, Thunderbolt Ross as the leads. Just come on and do it. And finally, one of the most controversial characters in the MCU, John Walker. John Walker is honestly one of the most interesting characters of the show, and one of the most interesting characters in the MCU. In the first few episodes, Walker was kind of just a ripoff of Cap, who got in Sam and Bucky's way, was annoying, and everybody just hated. But as soon as he smashed that Flag Smasher in after his partner died, Lamar, he immediately became extremely interesting, and seeing his interaction with other characters of the show, whether it's Sam, Bucky, or even Carly or Valentina, was just absolutely awesome. And yeah, he is officially U.S. Agent. Alright, so now on to the action of the show, which is what I think everybody was really looking forward to, other than the buddy cop dynamic between Bucky and Sam. I thought the fight sequences we got were pretty great. Two of the most memorable scenes for me are in episode 1 when Falcon is chasing Batroc through the air, which is just so well done. It was just perfect. I actually think it might be showing on screen right now. I don't know. I haven't edited this in yet, but based off the trailer, I'm pretty sure where I am it's showing it. But anyway, another favorite was in episode 5, I believe, where John Walker fights Sam and Bucky. That was just another scene where we got to see some great character moments, and everybody just, it shows off those power dynamics and the dynamics between these heroes, and it's just the intensity of the world that they're all in, and I think that really works, and I really, really love some of that stuff in this. And then, I guess, in terms of the technical stuff, I thought the pacing was absolutely great most of the time, specifically in the finale, where the entire runtime passed by in what felt like 15 minutes. Now, the pacing wasn't all that great sometimes, and that really comes down to the script. Another potential mega controversial thing I have to say is that I could not care any less about Sam and his sister's boat. A lot of the time was spent working on this boat, and it was clearly meant to help develop characters and make them seem more real and relatable, but I just felt like there was so much time being wasted during these boat fix-up scenes, and I think that most of the other stuff is pretty well paced, though. I also think the cinematography is great in this, and some of the shots in this are so good. Shots like John Walker with the blood dripping on his shield are some of my favorite things TV shows and movies can do, as it just cements what happens into my brain and doesn't let me forget it. And that shows that a TV show or a movie has a really, really great shot. So in the process of making this video, I've been reading off of a script of everything that I wrote about this, and this is kind of off the top, but I kind of wanted to talk about some of the upcoming things that come from this that I want to happen or that I think will happen. Just some theories and some hopes and dreams and pipe dreams and stuff like that about the future with all these different characters. So with Falcon and Bucky, I think Falcon will go on to help lead or at least co-lead the new Avengers. I think that it's sort of a given now that he's Captain America. I really can't see it going any other way other than that. And maybe on that team is characters like Spider-Man and Wanda, like I said earlier, War Machine, Shang-Chi. I'd love Doctor Strange to be on there. That doesn't seem very Doctor Strange. Ant-Man and Wasp, stuff like that. I think that would be pretty awesome. Winter Soldier could also join that team. I could totally see it. But I also could really see him being on a team with the Thunderbolts as well as John Walker and Zemo. I think I've actually seen some different people say that thing around, and I think it definitely makes sense, and I'd love for that to happen. They all have their troubled backstories, so it would make sense if Thunderbolt Ross led them. And other than that, Sharon Carter's The Power Broker leaves a lot of infiltration opportunities open. Personally, I think it'd be really interesting if in the future, instead of Spider-Woman, because they don't have Spider-Woman yet, they could do Sharon Carter as the Skrull Queen Varanki that that they are going to use in Secret Invasion, I'm sure. But I think that'll be really interesting. And yeah, that's really all I have to say. I want the Thunderbolts. I want the new Avengers. I want everything, and I want Marvel to do everything correctly and do it exactly as I say, because if they don't, I'm going to be upset. So overall, I thought that it was a solid series. I think that WandaVision is better, actually. And although, and this goes completely against my review on WandaVision, the show's finale really isn't phenomenal. You can't deny the road we went on to the finale, and although I loved 8 out of 9 of WandaVision's episode, I didn't really start to like Falcon and Winter Soldier until watching episode 4, really. So, what are your thoughts on Falcon and the Winter Soldier? I've seen some different opinions, so I would love to hear yours. Also, I guess I should talk about some of my future stuff. I'm planning on watching through the new Netflix series Shadow and Bone and doing a review for that. I will probably end up reviewing The Mitchells and the Machines, the new Lord Miller movie on Netflix that comes out on Sunday. What I watched in April is eventually coming, and I think next week Invincible ends. I'm not completely caught up, so I gotta finish binging that show, and then at some point in the following week, I will have a review for Invincible. So, a lot of stuff coming, but yeah, we're finally back to normal, sort of, everyone. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and see you guys.